ground ball up the left side. Pass, roll in. One will score. It's in the gap. It gets by the outfielders. Jordheim goes back. Two will score. Here's the throw down to third. Not in time as Welsh.
Ivy throws it back in. We'll see if the relay comes home. It does not. It's an RBI single.
Called strike three.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
A good Tuesday evening and welcome to Sanford Sports Complex for the 2023 final night of the Scheels All-Star Softball event here. We're right by Legacy High School in Bismarck, as we have the East and West All-Star teams from both Class A and B combined softball here today for the final of 3 games in this short series. We had our skills competition about an hour ago here on the field, and then yesterday we were in West Fargo over at Cheyenne High School, where we had games 1 and 2 of the Scheels All-Star Softball Series, with the West All-Stars taking both of those games by the scores of 5-2 and 10-8. Welcome aboard. I'm Josh Boyko alongside Joey Hughes producing right next to me, and Chase Miller will be roaming along the dugouts and sweating it out here in the sun at Sanford Sports Complex here right by Legacy Field in Bismarck. And now let's welcome aboard Chase Miller, our third member of our crew here tonight. Chase, what's the weather like down there? Has it cooled off at all since the scorcher of about 90 degrees for the skills competition?
I would say no, Josh. It's still pretty warm, not too much of a breeze that you have. Mostly sunny. It's still going to be in the 90s right now. People are trying to find shade or bring some pop-up tents and create their own shade right now. So it's going to be warm on the field, but the good thing for these particular teams is instead of yesterday having to worry about 2 games, they just have to worry about 1 game. Had nearly an hour off in between the skills competition for those who performed in the skills competition and here in this contest. So it's going to be warm, not too sticky or muggy, and fingers crossed again that we don't get any random pop-up showers, that we can get this game on the road. And I'm looking forward to our pitching duel that we'll have as well, Josh, in the circle for both the West and the East coming up to start this game off.
Yeah, and you mentioned the pitching battle right there. Taking the mound first will be Taylor Christensen from the West, as the West will be the host for this game. The home team, Christensen, will go to the mound, and her mound opponent will be Tori Richter, who we saw a lot of at second base yesterday. Christensen was all over. She had an outfield assist in center field, played some third base as well. Both of those will go to the center of the diamond in the circle today for our pitching matchup. We'll toss it to break here and come back with another segment of our pregame show here from Sanford Sports Complex. You're watching the Scheels All-Star Softball Tournament on your live event.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Sanford Sports Complex. I'm Josh Boyko here on your live event alongside Joey Hughes in the booth, Chase Miller down at field level. And let's take a look at some of the highlight performances we've had in the first two games of the Scheels All-Star Series. For the West, they took both of the first two games in this series. And Caitlin Dannenfelser has 5 hits in this in the first two games combined. The catcher from Mandan, and she went to Shiloh Christian. She'll be studying medicine at University of North Dakota. 5 hits for Dannenfelser in the first couple games. And then Ellie Broughton, who we talked to after the second game, had 4 hits, 4 runs, and 6 RBIs. Her 6 RBIs lead the Scheels Softball All-Star Series. And then Kirsten Galloway pitched herself to a win in game number 1, pitched 5 innings in that game, and then 2/3 of an inning to close the door in game 2 as the East started to put together a rally in the 7th. And Chase, what was a highlight performance from yesterday that stuck out to you?
Yeah, you mentioned the pitching, obviously, by Galloway from Minot High. I mean, she just came on, was in rhythm, 8 strikeout. She struck out the side to start the contest off in game number 1. So that's obviously one of them. We mentioned Ellie Broughton as well, able to get on base in the second game for the West All-Stars. But I thought Kyra Narum from the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, Josh, was able to get a couple of nice swings in her at-bat and ability, particularly in the second game. Those were a couple of players that definitely stood out to me. And then the East All-Stars, for whatever reason, the 7th inning was really well. 2 runs in the first game, 6 runs in the last game in the second, but unable to come across and score anything, Josh. So if you're the East All-Stars, want to come out on top a little bit here, they are playing without 2 players in the lineup, with Jada Nelson and Emma Johnson not going to be here. So they're just going to have 1 extra player that's going to be on the bench, as they currently are using their flex in this game. So they're really going to have literally everybody playing throughout the game in some capacity. But I think those players particularly stood out the most to me, Josh, was Galloway from Minot High, her ability to pitch, Broughton's ability to get on base and run, and then what we saw from Kyra Narum, again, from West Fargo Cheyenne. She really stood out yesterday, I thought, for the Eastern squad of the state.
Yeah, you mentioned Narum. She had 3 hits yesterday on her home ball field, and she had that gap-to-gap power that she showed off yesterday. She took part in the modified home run derby that the East ended up winning in total of points, but Chase, the West ended up victorious in the skills competition today.
Yeah, and you had Christensen from Beulah be the fastest time around the base pass. That's a separate link on YourLiveEvent.com that people can go back and watch. Infield, you had from Botno able to take her time and kind of make sure she had good throws from shortstop. Then it was Delaney Tweed. The outfield number 1, Olivia Dick from the Thompson Tommies. She was able to show off that arm and style, throwing from center field to home. And then at the end, it looked like the East All-Stars might have came out and won the thing with the home run derby, but a really nice performance with hitting with Caitlin Dannenfelser. Not so much with the ability to home runs, but, had 3 points, 1 point. The only home run, Josh, that we had was a Katie Sinner home run for the Central Cass Squirrels. Other than that, it was all the 3 points, 1 point varieties. And Avery Moore also did really good, but Dannenfelser, again, was really, I think, the story in that home run derby, her ability to hit straight up the middle and to left center.
Yeah, right, you are. And then Moore, you mentioned, had that opposite field power to left field as the left-handed batter. Saw some good swings there. Dannenfelser, though, the most consistent of the bunch in the modified home run group. We see the seniors all out there getting introduced, and we'll come back after this break with the first pitch from Sanford Sports Complex. The East and West All-Stars getting ready for first pitch in just a moment.
Thunder Seed has over 4 generations of experience in the field. Through innovation, technology, and hard work, we put farmers first. by providing high-quality products. We pride ourselves on developing quality soybean, corn, wheat, and corn silage seed for dealers and growers across our region. We are invested in being your partner throughout the full cycle of your harvest. Thunder Seed, first in the field, family-owned and farmers first.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Dirt turning, hearts pumping, motors roaring. It's nonstop racing action Thursday nights at the Norman County Raceway and Friday nights at the Red River Valley Speedway. Featuring the fastest drivers around. Don't miss a lap. Fuel burning, dirt turning all summer long. For more information, visit ncraceway.com and redrivervalleyspeedway.com. The action never stops. Thursday night racing at the Norman County Raceway and Friday night racing at the Red River Valley Speedway.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Welcome back to our final game of the Scheels All-Star Softball game at the Sanford Sports Complex near Legacy High School here in Bismarck, North Dakota. It is nice and hot outside, near 90 degrees yet again. We'll have Chase Miller down near the dugouts for this game, sweating it out as I did yesterday. So we'll be trading places, and let us meet the starting lineups for the East. And batting first, as the East will be the away team, will be Audrey Moore, the center fielder. Then Kyra Naram batting second in left field. Autumn McGough batting third and right. Grace Undum will be the designated player in the field. Newly at first base batting fifth. Mara Lick, the shortstop, starting out. Katie Sinner will be at third base. Olivia Dick batting eighth at second. Azana Lucian behind the plate batting ninth. And then Tori Richter in the 10th spot. And she will be in the circle to start for the East. Then for the West, it'll be pitching and leading off Taylor Christensen. And then batting second, the second baseman, Kaylin Dannenfelser. In right field, it's Delaney Tweed. The designated player in the field, Daisy Sparrow, batting cleanup. Ellie Broughton, the shortstop, batting fifth. Gabby Bird in center field, batting sixth. In the 7th spot, it's the second baseman, Olivia Pesa. Then Brecken Bieber at third base, batting eighth. Megan Weisbeck at first. And rounding out the lineup, Berkeley Selsler, the flex. And Chase, who is someone you got an eye on it for Game 3?
Yeah, Game 3, I think the two in the circle, that's obviously going to be Tori Richter from the Central Cass Squirrels. We didn't see her pitch yesterday, so she has an opportunity, a part of that Region 1 Senior Athlete of the Year, and then the Class B Senior Athlete of the Year in Taylor Christensen. Those two have the ability to change speeds, change locations, kind of were the number one for their respective squads here this year. So I think that's what really stands out to me here in this second game, and then also as they continue to go through with a little extended conversation here behind the plate with the lineups that we have right now with the flex and the DP, and we'll see some different girls play at different positions here today, Josh. But I think, again, Richter number 1, and then obviously Christensen 1A, if you want to call it that here, just right off the bat. And also I think the East just has to find a way to play with a lead. They only played with a lead for a short time yesterday in game number 2, and the West kind of took it to them a little bit, wire to wire in game 1, and then it looked like they were going to go away no problem in game number 2 before the East scored 6 runs there in the bottom of the 7th inning, Josh.
Yeah, and we only have one bench player on the roster for the East. So how do you think they're going to go about being down a couple players without Johnson and company on that dugout?
Yeah, without having Jada Nelson and also Emma Johnson, you take a look at someone like an Avery Moore again from Fargo Davies. We saw her pitch. The biggest thing is you have 10 players. You got one that's a designated player, but I think being on the turf and second day of being outside in just warm temperatures, it's about staying in the shade when you can in the dugout. Number 2, making sure you stay hydrated enough. So the umpires and the coaches make sure that everyone is properly hydrated as best as they possibly can. But I think that's always something that stands out, Josh, whether you got 15 people on the bench or you just have 1 or 2 as the East does here in this contest.
Yeah, and what have you liked most about this style of competition, bringing the best of the best together here for a couple days?
The one thing that you get to see during these all-star games is maybe some new friendships that are made, the opportunity for players to get to know some across the state. We heard that in interviews yesterday that you had, Josh. You thought player A or B that might have been a rival or someone that you never got to see too much of, on the eastern side of the state, vice versa on the west. You were just wondering kind of who they are, and maybe you get to see that they're more alike you than not. So that's always fun to see with these particular all-star games.
Yeah, and we'll have player interviews brought to you by our Chase Miller down there, who you just heard from in the dugouts throughout the half innings in the middle of this ball game. So we'll get to talk to the remaining players that we didn't get to talk to on Monday at Cheyenne. Taylor Christensen has stepped onto the mound. Avery Moore is in the batter's box, and we are underway. An attempted bunt and a miss for strike 1 as Christensen gets ahead early. Moore took part in that home run competition about an hour ago as she takes high for ball number 1. And we saw that her power came to left and left center field. And what do you think it is about her swing, Chase, that really plays to that opposite field? As there it is right there, a swing and a hit to the gap in left center off the glove in left center field. And Avery Moore checks in to second base with a lead-off double right on cue.
Yeah, what she does is just able to stay back in the zone there for Avery, as you mentioned, Josh, in that home run derby, able to go to left center field, and she just allows the ball to travel. When you hear about opposite field hitters, you just allow the ball to travel a little bit in the zone and able to make good contact.
Kyra Narum steps into the box, and she takes high for ball number 1. Olivia Pesa gave good chase in left field, was unable to come up with that last ball, but it's a hit and a double to lead off the game for Moore. 3 hits for Narum on her home turf at Cheyenne yesterday. We saw her go to the right center field gap for 2 extra base hits in games 1 and 2. She takes up and away.
Also something cool here with Taylor, obviously with Kyle being her head coach, is opportunity to kind of go out one more time with Taylor Christensen and Kyle Christensen here on the west.
That's a take up high to Narum. Small strike zone to her, 3-1. Not the biggest body on the field, but she certainly has some power. fly down the first base line. Not a lot of room here at the Sanford Sports Complex in foul territory, and that one is just out of play, foul. Full count now to Narum after the leadoff double from Moore. Popped up into the right center field area. I don't think it's seen. It's going to land, and being held at third base is Moore, so there'll be runners on the corners. I don't think that Delaney Tweed really ever had a good read on that ball, and it was a little bit out of the reach of Gabby Bird in center. Chase, what do you see out there?
Yeah, and that's just one where maybe you just kind of lose it right off the bat. If you're not going to see it, the right fielder doesn't have to worry too much about the sum. But if you don't see it right off the bat, Josh, it's kind of tough to find where it is. And at times here, the West took advantage of 4 outs or 5 outs in an inning. So now it's an opportunity here for the East to try to take advantage of an extra out, if you will.
And Narum, while Chase was talking there, it will get to second base. It'll be second and third, nobody out, and it was a first and third, less than 2 outs. Not really going to make a throw there. This is a pass ball, and a run will come in. It's Moore scoring and Narum advancing. So the East putting up a run early, as they did in Game 2, and they get on the board in the top of the first inning. 1-0 East, as they have had a struggle getting on the board early in games. There's a strike to Autumn McGough.
And our Thunder Seed scoreboard right there, able to come in and take advantage of a pass ball, and all of a sudden Moore scampers their way down, and now another run that stands 60 feet away here, Josh.
McGough grounds one to second. The run will come in. The out will be made at first base, so the bases will be empty. McGough with a productive out on the 4-3 putout will plate Kyra Narum.
Now batting for the East All-Stars, number 13.
And will bring up Grace Undum. Christensen gets the sign she likes and fires in strike number 1 to Undum. Oh, 1 swung on a missed. High pitch near the letters. 0-2. Good pitch from Christensen there. Undum in the hole will try to battle and start another rally for the East. And she fouls this one off at the plate. What do you like about Christensen so far on the mound, Chase?
Well, she's attacking the zone. They've just had some pretty good hits against her. Again, you take advantage of an extra one. You get a ground out there, and now you get ahead of Undum, able to hit both the knee location and also able to get it out of the zone. So just a spot here where Christensen just needs to continue to battle, but hit her locations of what we've seen so far.
Yeah, very competitive pitches is what it looks like so far from Christensen on the mound, in the zone, and around the corners. But already one run across, and a nice off-speed pitch puts Undum back in the dugout. Is the first strikeout of the game. That's something that we'll keep an eye on throughout Game 3. The East struck out far more than they would have liked against the West in Game number 1. And the pitching from Kirsten Galloway in that one was a big factor in a lot of the swings and misses, as Newley steps in and takes ball 1.
Yeah, easy to win a game. Doesn't matter if it's baseball or softball when you're playing 7 innings, and 4 innings are via the strikeout for the people behind you in the infield and the outfield.
Big swing and a miss from Newley to even the count at 1. Christensen not shying away from the from the hard stuff there, but then dropped that off-speed pitch in to send back Undum. That was a beautiful pitch. High chase for a strike 2, swinging to Liz Newley. Mara Lick on deck if the inning were to continue. It's a 1-2 count. Christensen looking to get off the mound, or out of the circle rather, with just the 1 run given up. This is popped up back and out of play. How mobile are you, Chase? Are you getting any foul balls?
This will be the second one of the day so far. I didn't
right.
bring my glove, though, but I brought the sunscreen. I brought the more important element.
That is a very important element, as I burn very quickly, so I am lathered from yesterday and today, reapplying, of course. 2-2 now to Liz Newley with 2 outs, bases empty in the top of the first. Just missing, perhaps low to fill the count. Now 3-2, 2 down with the payoff pitch upcoming from Christensen.
Reminds me of last year. I think I shagged about 10 or 15 of these foul balls last year at this very complex.
I think we need a Gold Glove award. This is a line drive into the left center field gap. It's going to get all the way to the wall. Newley will be into second base, standing with a 2-out rocket double to left center field.
That sounded good. Just barreled it up right there on the way for Newley, able to get that one to left center, and all of a sudden the East All-Stars again playing out in front, and we didn't see them, Josh, really in game number 1 or game number 2 put up a crooked number until that 7th inning. So good start here for the East.
And now Mara Lick will be coming up, and it'll be up to her to try and extend this 2-out rally against Christensen in the top of the first. 1 run already in on the productive out. The RBI from McGough is the difference on our Thunder Seed scoreboard. That misses low, and it will give Newley the chance to advance to third, and she does. So the run is now 60 feet away for the second run of the inning. Sorry, it is already 2-0, my bad. 2-0 on our Thunder Seed scoreboard. Two and 1, the count now to Mara Lick. Christensen looks at the wristband, gets the sign she likes. The 2-1 pitch swung on and missed by Lick. 2-2 now, and she is a good pitch away from getting herself out of the inning. The 2-2 just misses outside. She thought she had strike 3. That's Christensen on the mound, nearly taking a step towards the dugout. And we'll do another full count payoff pitch with 2 outs into the top of the first. Already 6 batters to the plate for the East. And this ball is fouled, nearly a diving catch at first base. That's Megan Weisbeck over there at first with the diving attempt in foul territory, but it lands, and we'll do it again at 3-2. Good at bat for Lick, trying to extend the 2-out rally. The pitch swung on and lined to right center. That's down for a base hit into the gap. The run will score easily, and Lick into second base will trade spots with Liz Newley. It's an RBI double with 2 down.
Nice looking piece of hitting going opposite field. You mentioned it earlier with Avery Moore. Lick able to do that now when you have a player who can hit the ball a long way, and center coming up here. And a nice start so far for the East All-Stars, Josh.
Yes. The East All-Stars up now 3-0 with 2 down here in the top of the first. And that'll send Katie Sinner, the third baseman, to the plate. Pitch misses low to center, and she was the only one to loft a ball out of the ballpark in the modified home run derby. Was a top 3 placer for that competition for the East. Strike down the middle to center. It's 2-1. Swung on and missed by Sinner, 2-2, and Christensen's got a fair amount of swing and miss this inning, but just the 1 strikeout of Undum to show for it, and that was on an off-speed pitch. We'll see what she relies on here to get out of the inning. Swung on, hooked down the left field line, and foul. That pitch came inside on center, and that's where she hit it, as she yanks that one out of play.
Unfortunately, those were the 8-foot high walls, because if that was 6-foot high walls, someone would have been having to scramble like the 4th of July and fireworks, Josh.
Missing downstairs count is now full. For the third batter in a row, we've got a payoff pitch with 2 outs. Christensen's had the opportunity to get out of the inning, and this ball fouled just back over us in the booth. I'm hoping that was just a sound effect.
Yeah, if there was just a sound effect, just some cement, some trees, and some green grass behind you, Josh.
We'll do it again. 3-2. The pitch swung on in line to left. It's down for a base hit, but foul. That one hooks just enough, as kind of tough to see from this vantage point down the left field line. That one indeed lands foul, and center will stay at the plate and try to keep it a few more inches fair on this pitch. Jam shot down the left field line. That's landing. That is a... What have we got here? That is in play. Center goes to second, and the runner was held at third as the throw came into home. Chase, what did you see down there that I couldn't?
Yeah, the umpire pointed fair, but instead of pointing like upwards, he just pointed downwards, almost like a 45-degree angle. If you take your arm out right and you just split it in half, 45 degrees, it was a fair ball. And with Lick rounding third, it just kind of thought it was a foul ball, so she could have came in and scored. So a break for the West All-Stars here, Josh, because that probably would have been a run coming in.
Well, she does indeed straighten it out. Center, that is. Coming from the foul ball that she yanked down the line. This one not hit as well, but she ends up at second base with it. Down the middle, a strike, 1-1. It's Olivia Dick at the plate. Up high, and it is 2-1 now. Dick from Thompson. And how did the Tommies fare in their season this year, Chase? Chopped foul, 2-2.
Yeah, the Tommies were able to take second place at the State B softball tournament, taking second against the Beulah Miners, taking on the 2 seed of Renville County, the 3 seed of Kinder Richland. So a really good season for the Thompson Tommies and head coach Matt Chandler.
Popped up foul to the left side, now to play 2-2. Dick will be heading to the University of North Dakota for majoring in education and playing softball there as well. She's in the green, black, and white, those UND colors, and now she will get hit by the pitch. As this long inning continues, 4 straight batters reaching with 2 outs. As that's a hit by pitch sending Dick to first base. So be runners, bases loaded with 2 outs, 3 runs already in. Azana Lucian, the catcher, steps up to the plate, swung on and missed. Christensen gets ahead, 0-1 of Lucian. Plays for Shanley. Taken for a ball, 1-1. Inside now, 2-1. Nowhere to put Lucian with the bases currently loaded. Swung on and lined up the middle. This one is caught, snow-coned in the glove of Ellie Broughton to end the inning. 3-0. The East All-Stars leave them full in the top of the first on your live event.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Welcome back to the Sanford Sports Complex, and as promised, we've got interviews that are brought to you by the Hillsborough Economic Development Commission. And Chase Miller, who have you got first up tonight?
Well, thank you very much, Josh. Right on cue, Serena Closey here from the Hillsborough Central Valley Boroughs, part of that state tournament team, able to make its way to the Magic City. Serena, first and foremost, what's the last 24 hours been like for you? You know, getting to know some of these players and also getting here in the softball All-Star Series. What's it been like for you going so far today in Bismarck?
It's been really fun. I've made a couple new friends. I actually drove here with one of my friends, so I just hopped in a complete stranger's car. But, you know, we share the love of softball together, so I felt more comfortable. But it was nice to go home and go to bed, shower, and get ready for today.
And then all of a sudden, after today gets done, what's the summer plans before you head on down to Wapaton to go NDSCS? What do you got cooking up here in the next couple months?
You know, honestly, kind of decompress, take a break from softball. But I did say to my coach that I would be there for tournaments if needed, because I'm not gonna always be done with softball. So there's always gonna be something out there for me to do, and then probably work.
And let's talk about softball, though. In terms of your favorite softball memory of all time, is it beating Central Cass to go to state? Is it playing at a state tournament? Is there a particular record that was broken from you this year? What comes to mind for you, Serena?
I don't know. That's really hard. I mean, yeah, it was fun beating Central Cass, and then, you know, getting here and we're like, oh, I'm playing alongside Tori and Katie. But, no, it's really fun. I think that was probably my favorite memory. Another memory is obviously going to state, because the last time I went to state was my 8th grade year. And then a record that I broke, I actually broke quite a few, but I broke our single game record of 17 strikeouts and then a single season of 195.
Take us through NDSCS. Just what was the main reason to go down there for pharmacy technician? What made Wapaton just be the right fit for you?
Family, my grandma and my mom, or not my mom. Sorry, my grandma and my aunt. They both are pharmacy, or they work in a pharmacy area. My aunt's a pharmacy tech.
Final thing for you, Serena. What does it mean for your senior year to have your coach be the state softball Class B Coach of the Year in Corey Erickson, and again ending it up in Minot? What does that mean for you and the softball program for the Boroughs?
I think it's shown other teams like how hard we worked, and, you know, that our coach really, everybody kind of did a 360. It wasn't just us, you know, his coaching and all that. It was pretty cool. We told him that we knew that he was going to get it, and that he knew that he was going to get it, but he kept telling us, guys, I swear I didn't know. But he kept walking around Minot like he knew the place, so he definitely knew.
Serena, congratulations again on making it to state. Best of luck moving forward down at NDSCS coming up in the fall.
Thank you.
That is Serena Closey. Josh, back to you.
Thanks, Chase. And we heard multiple players talk about getting to know Closey and how she's a great personality to be around, and that just proves it right there. Good to hear from Serena. Thank you, Chase. It's a 2-1 count to Kaylin Dannenfelser in the batter's box right now. She takes a ball now 3-1. Taylor Christensen got to first on an infield single. Olivia Dick tried to throw out at first. It was a close play, but she ended up being safe and then swiped second on the next pitch. This ball is popped into center field. Going to be caught. That is Avery Moore in center field, recording the first out of the inning. So Dannenfelser flies out to center on the 3-1 count, and it'll be Delaney Tweed, the right fielder, coming in. Takes a strike to begin her at bat. Swung on and missed, nothing and too quickly to Tweed. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. See if the West can get anything going against Tori Richter. Off-speed pitch missing away. Lucian bluffing a throw to get Christensen back to second. We know how fast Christensen is after the base running skills competition, posted the fastest time of an 11.26 around from home plate taking a trip all the way around the bases. 11.26 seconds, the fastest time of anyone here at this competition. Inside now, 3-2. Swung on and fouled off to the right side. Richter has looked solid on the mound so far. What are you seeing, Chase?
Yeah, I like to see her hit her spots. This is what she's came to know and do. Last year, she was 1-2 with Peyton Nelson for Central Cass. But Tori Richter, she's not going to be afraid. She's going to come and attack you through the zone. And if you're a batter, it's kind of like on the old school Brad Radke Minnesota Twins. Always in the zone. When they're hitting locations, it's great. When they're not hitting locations, then you might give up a couple runs. But Richter's going to challenge the batters throughout the day here in the circle.
This ball chopped off the plate and foul. Tweed stays alive at 3-2 with one out. Christensen at second. Tweed would love to have her get knocked in here or get her to third base with less than 2 outs somehow. And a called strike 3. Tweed takes it on the outer third of the plate. So a backwards K on the first strikeout of the evening for Tori Richter.
That was just a great spot, a great location on the way there for Richter. Good spin movement, and this is last time she's going to be playing softball as well, Josh. Heading to play volleyball at Mayville State for some of these girls last time playing in this type of atmosphere with this kind of sport. That's always fun to see as well.
Yeah, you mentioned volleyball. We'll have the Optimus volleyball tournament here on your live event starting next Monday. So keep an eye out for that, as Richter is at a 1-1 count now versus Daisy Sparrow in the batter's box. Grounder to short. Dick has to double clutch, but she fires to first and gets the out to retire the side. 3-0 East All-Stars after 1 on your live event.
The Hillsborough Central Valley School Districts are proud of the borough's accomplishments from music to the classroom and on the field of play. The boroughs are proud to see pitcher Serena Closey representing the HCV School District during the Scheels Softball All-Star Series and the borough's run to the state Class B softball tournament in Minot. Congratulations to head coach Corey Erickson, his staff, and the players on a tremendous season. Everyone have a safe and fun summer from the Hillsborough Central Valley School Districts.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Tori Richter did her job in the circle with a scoreless top half of the inning. Now Chase Miller is doing his job. He's got our second interview of the evening. Chase, take it away.
Thank you very much, Josh. Joining us here is Bailey Berg from Dickinson. Bailey, what's the last 24 hours been like for you so far playing at West Fargo Cheyenne? And now the heat just continues in the center part of the state playing on this turf. What's it been like for you, Bailey?
I mean, it's definitely been hot, but it's been great playing with these girls and great playing with their level and competing with them.
What's been the one thing that you enjoyed the most so far from yesterday and today's festivities, from the cornhole tournament, from the skills competition to, just playing the game of softball? What's been one or two things that you enjoyed the most, Bailey?
I mean, I've definitely enjoyed being on the field a lot, but being in the dugout with some of these girls and getting their energy and having the time with them has been awesome.
And then you're heading to Dickinson State coming up in the fall. What made DSU, the Blue Hawks there, what just made that the right fit for you?
I mean, I've kind of grown up watching them play, and I knew they had a great program, and they just got that brand new field that we got to play on this year, and that's a pretty nice field. So
I was just going to ask, it seems like we got a ton of softball that has turf. You were able to play at turf at NDSU. We got turf here in Bismarck. You got turf at Dickinson State. How sweet for someone that hasn't been to the western side of the state. How actual fun is that going to be as a softball player?
I'm excited to play on the turf. I'm excited to be able to just read the ball so easily off the turf, and I think it's nicer. It's a little hotter, but I can get over that.
What do you plan on studying once you're at Dickinson State?
I don't know what I'm planning on studying yet, but I know that I'm thinking exercise science. So.
And final thing for you here, favorite softball memory of all time. What kind of comes to mind? I know you've had a couple of good days in Fargo, obviously on the north end, but you've been a really good softball program as well at Dickinson with really good competition in the WDA. But all-time favorite softball memory for you here, Bailey, what's it?
I mean, it's definitely, I think, winning state this year. I think because we kind of weren't expected to win, and we kind of had a couple, like, rough losses going into it. So when we came back and, like, we knew Minot was going to be the team, and it was great winning them with the younger girls.
Hey, Bailey, thanks so much for your time. Best of luck moving forward at Dickinson State coming up in the fall.
Thank you.
And again, Bailey Berg from Dickinson. Josh, let's toss it back to you.
Yeah, good to hear from Bailey. And, yeah, Dickinson wins it all at state this year over Minot. And congrats to Bailey Berg and team on winning state and her appearance here in the Scheels All-Star Softball Series. While Chase was busy at work, Avery Moore struck out and Kyra Narum flew to left field. So there is 2 down and Autumn McGough at the plate. She grounded to second in her first at bat, but did plate a run for the first of the ball game on a ground out. The first of 3 runs that the East mustered against Christensen in the first. Swung on and missed by McGough. Christensen winds up, fires, and misses high. Missing high now. We got a 3-2 count. McGough confirming with the home plate umpire. Payoff pitch coming from Christensen. Just high now the zone for ball 4, and that'll be a base on balls. McGough reaching for the first time tonight in her second plate appearance. I'll bring up Grace Undum from Valley City in the cleanup spot, struck out for the second out of inning number 1. She comes up with 2 outs and a runner on first. Swung on a miss from Undum. Good snap throw by Sparrow to first base. Christensen with a nice heater in there for strike number 1 to Undum. Up the middle and through for a base hit. Station to station as McGough checks in at second base. Undum with the single to extend the inning. They'll bring Liz Newley to the plate. An RBI double plated the second run of the inning in the first, and now Newley comes up with 2 runners on and takes strike 1 on the outer corner of the strike zone. 0-1.
So far, Josh, I think just better at bats from the East All-Stars from what we saw yesterday, especially early on in games 1 and 2, getting out front and putting a good barrel to the ball.
Barrel to the ball there, but it's on the ground, and Newley grounds out 4-3 on the putout. The play is made by Dannenfelser at second base to retire the side. Still 3-0 after 1.5. The East All-Stars on top on your live event.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
And welcome back to the Sanford Sports Complex as the East All-Stars lead after 1.5 innings, 3-0. Tori Richter is back out for the second inning of work.
We'll see what Tori can do here, Josh. No interviews here this half inning for the East All-Stars, as we've heard both from Serena Closey and also out there is Jana Nelson yesterday from the Valley City Highliners. But at the end of the day, we'll continue to hear from some of the East All-Stars as they circle their way through a little bit here. And, hey, have an opportunity to shag a foul ball.
No balls and a strike to Ellie Broughton, who takes high now. 1-1, and you're out there retrieving foul balls now, doing some work?
Trying to a little bit.
1-1, just high to Broughton, who was one of our dynamic performers that we saw yesterday. Broughton had 6 RBIs in the first 2 games, which leads the Scheels tournament series. She also came across the plate herself 4 times and had 4 hits, all of which are top in the series except for hits, with Dan Enfelser has 5. There's a base knock up the middle for her 5th hit of the tournament. And it's a leadoff single in the bottom of the second inning for Ellie Broughton, picking up right where she left off on Monday at Cheyenne. They'll bring up the center fielder, Gabby Bird, and her first at bat here this evening. Richter's first pitch misses. Throw down to second, runner going, safe. Ball came out. Olivia Dick was there to cover, and the throw was there. I think that could have been a throw out if it was held on to, Chase.
You hit it right on the screws there, Josh. That was a perfect throw, perfect tag. Just the softball just came out of the glove as Ellie was sliding into second base. Probably would have been an out. You saw the umpire make sure the completed tag was through, but as that ball came out of the glove, that's safe. And we see the wheels of Ellie Broughton, who was part of that skills competition, the fastest one around the bases. We see the speed right there. Josh, pay dividends here for the West All-Stars.
Yeah, and the reaction time behind the plate from Lucian, as we have time called now. Lucian has thrown down to second twice. Both of them have looked really good, and that one nearly nabbing the runner at second. It looks like we were just confirming the count, perhaps. It is a 2-0 count. Swung on and fouled straight back. Good cut by Bird. 2-1. Outside now. 3 balls and a strike to Gabby Bird. Olivia Pesa waits on deck. Runner on second. Nobody out. Popped up on the infield to first base. The catch is made by Liz Newley.
Yeah, really get Bird out in front on that one. Newley does a good job feeling her position. And Josh, it's about a picture-perfect day. If you go about 10 degrees or cooler, I think that everybody would take it here. But you couldn't ask for a better day for softball, all things considered, how April and early May was for most of us across the state of North Dakota to try to get games in.
Yeah, we've all been dreading the cold that we had in the prior months, so we can't go complain about any kind of heat. Nothing into it that maybe was a off-speed delivery from Richter that had Pesa out in front. No balls, 2 strikes. Richter delivers, swung on, chopped up the third base line, almost a swinging bunt, and it's going to work and then some. And that'll plate a run as the ball is thrown up the first base line. Sinner unable to get the ball accurately to first base. Broughton crosses home plate. So an error plates the first run of the game for the West.
If there is something to consider here in Bismarck, where the sun is setting right now, you have third baseman, shortstop, and the left fielder. They're really having to play, through the sun a little bit, either with sunglasses, a visor, or you just have your good old-fashioned hand up trying to make a little bit center. Maybe it's just an extra second, slow to try to get to that. Josh having to fight the sun a little bit. Really good third baseman, though, for Central Cass over the years for head coach Scott Koss and the Squirrels.
Yeah, Center did make a nice play in the games on Monday. She looked smooth out there at third base for the most part. Now a chopped foul at home plate. It's Brecken Bieber, the opposing third baseman for the West. Two balls and a strike from Richter. Swung on a check swing. She did go. It is 2-2. Outside, Lucian takes a look at first base. Getting Pesa back in there. Full count now to Bieber. The pitch flared to right field, off the glove of the right fielder, but it's going to be called in foul territory. Working out there in right field is Autumn McGough. That one glanced off her glove, but the contact with the glove was made in foul territory, so we will do it again. 3-2. High for ball 4, and Brecken Bieber will reach with a base on balls. First walk allowed by Richter comes in the bottom of the second to make it first and second with just one out for the West All-Stars, and that'll bring up the first baseman Weisbeck to the plate. Swung and fouled off out of play to the right side. Weisbeck, in between the two games on Monday, had a walk, a run scored, and a run batted in. She'll be going to UND coming up at the fall. Played her high school ball at Legacy here. 1-1 count to Weisbeck. A bunt attempt there, cut on and missed for the second strike. Probably won't see a bunt attempt here on a 2-strike count. This ball's fouled back. Joey Hughes had the right hand ready, but the top of the fence stays active, as does Hughes. Flied to shallow left center field. That ball is caught by Moore. For the second out of the inning, there's now 2 outs, and Christensen will come to the plate.
Now batting, number 6, Taylor Christensen.
Ground ball to short. The force at third is made to end the inning. The West All-Stars scratch across the run. It's 3-1 East on top on your live event.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
Welcome back to the Sanford Sports Complex here on the campus of Bismarck Legacy. I'm Josh Boyka with here on your live event. And Chase Miller has got another interview brought to us in part by the Hillsborough Economic Development Commission. Chase, take it away.
Yeah, with us now is Elizabeth Newley here. Liz, congratulations on being a All-Star. What does that mean for you in your senior season, be playing with some of the best across the state of North Dakota?
I mean, I think it's a really big accomplishment, and it feels good to be
playing with new people and making new friendships, and it's just a really cool experience.
Take us through your senior year, able to make it to a state tournament, win a couple of games there, have a nice run to the EDC championship as well on the softball side. What was your senior year like for Grand Forks Red River?
It was really fun. We set a lot of goals in the beginning of the season, and one of them was to beat a West team, and we did that, and advance further in state, and we did that, finishing third. So it felt really good to go out good my last season with my teammates. So
you take us through favorite memory of all time. What's one or two that kind of come to mind for you on the softball diamond?
Definitely just playing with some of my friends, and definitely the state tournament's always really fun, staying in a hotel with some of your best friends and teammates.
And then what have you learned so far on the softball diamond? What's been one or two of your favorite memories here the last 24 hours for this Scheels Softball All-Star Series?
I don't know, just meeting new people, I guess. Some of these people I've obviously played against but never really got to know, and it's nice to know them as people, I guess.
And then on top of that, you're heading to NDSU coming up for Radiologic Sciences. All right, so what's Radiologic Sciences number one here, Liz?
That's like X-ray tech, ultrasound tech, but my goal is to become an ultrasound tech.
Okay, so what made NDSU just kind of be the right fit for you?
I kind of did some job shadowing, and I really was interested in ultrasound, and NDSU has a really good program for that. So.
All right, final thing for you, favorite softball memory so far of all time. What comes to mind for your favorite softball memory of all time?
Maybe getting hit by the face by one of my teammates.
That's not one. Was that an inadvertent hit in the face by your teammates in practice one time?
It was an accident.
Okay, that's a little bit better. Liz, thanks so much for your time and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Let's toss it back to you, Josh.
Getting hit in the face. That is a first that we have heard as a favorite memory from one of these players. So we're hearing a little bit of everything now. 2 down in the inning. We apologize for any feedback that you guys are experiencing with Chase Roman down in the dugouts as we're trying to keep it as good as we can with the antennas we got up here. 2 down, and Olivia Dick is at the plate after the strikeout of Kaylee Center. And Mara Lick grounded to second base. 2-0 count to Dick, who got hit by a pitch in her first at bat. And she takes a strike down the middle. 3-1 the score on your Thunder Seed scoreboard. The East has been on top since their 3-run top of the first inning. 2-1, swung on, grounded, foul up the third base line. Bailey Berg made the play, was ready to fire it across if need be, but she picked it up a step into foul territory. McGough with an RBI ground out, Newly an RBI double, and Lick with an RBI double, the 3 runs in the first for the East, and there's the final out of the inning as Berg this time does put that one away in foul territory in the air. 3-1 on the Thunder Seed scoreboard, East still on top.
Do you want that new boat? Are you building onto your home? Maybe you want the new camper or ATV. Dakota Heritage Bank can help you. This is Dustin Nagel, president at Dakota Heritage Bank Hillsborough location. You can visit with me or our other loan officers to help with loans and lines of credit from Dakota Heritage Bank. We are serving you with locations in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers financial services you expect with a local perspective. dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
3-1 on the Thunder Seed scoreboard. The East All-Stars have been in control through the first couple innings. We head to the bottom of the third. Tori Richter still on for her 3rd inning of work. And Kaylin Dannenfelser will be the leadoff batter. Dannenfelser flew out to center field in her first plate appearance, has 5 hits, tied with Broughton for the series high. Takes low for ball 2. swung on, hit down the right field line, backing up the right fielder. Down the line it goes, just into foul territory. Giving chase was McGough in right. A loud strike is, it's 200 all the way around the outfield at the Sanford Sports Complex. 205 was the distance we had yesterday at Cheyenne. That pitch, a one-hop strike to Lucien for a ball, 3-1. Fifth pitch of the bat misses. It's a base on balls to lead off for Dannenfelser.
Going back to that ball, though, Josh, I remember Vlad Guerrero Sr. actually hitting a baseball that was about 10 feet on the ground and smacked one for a base knock. But Vlad Guerrero would normally swing at anything in Major League Baseball, however.
That is true, and I mean, Corey Dickerson, a less-known name, but he's also done the same thing, taking a one-hop pitch into the outfield. So, yeah, Vlad Sr., I mean, he's a free swinger. Bailey Berg will step up to the plate. 1-1 the count to her.
I should have brought my glove. I just dropped it.
Up the middle. This one is not dropped, and it's going to be a double play. Right on cue is, I think that's Dick at shortstop. I mean, yes, there's Mara Lick at shortstop, making the play, doubling off the runner at first. I think I give her the gold glove over Chase Miller.
Oh, right now, that could be your RDK Enterprises play of the game right there, Josh, I think. That double play, able to do a really good job as well. That was about as close as you could get to the turf, to the glove, to see if that was a line drive or a hard grounder.
Yeah, I mean, even from this vantage point right here, that was taken right off the turf right there, picked right at the point of, is it on the ground? Is it caught in the air? But an emphatic caught in the air sign allows Lick to double off the runner at first, and that'll get Selzler to the plate. Berkeley Selzler batting right now in the place of Daisy Sparrow, it looks like. That's popped to first base softly. The catch is made to end the side. So a quick tidy 1-2-3 with the aid of a nice double play for Richter on the mound. 3-1 East on top after 3.
Located on the beautiful Goose River in Hillsboro, the Goose River Golf Club offers both recreational and experienced golfers a great round. It's a 9-hole course open to the public, located right off exit 104 on I-29. The Goose River Golf Club in Hillsboro offers annual memberships for singles and families, also college memberships, first-time memberships, and outside 30-mile radius of Hillsboro membership available as well. Men's Day is Wednesday, Ladies' Day is Tuesday. You can learn more about getting on the Goose River Golf Club, GooseRiverGolfClub.com.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club would like to congratulate Serena Closey on being nominated to the Scheels Softball All-Star Series. And congratulations to Coach Corey Erickson and the entire HCV Burroughs softball team on their run to the State Class B softball tournament. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club is made up of parents and fans and community members who work together to build team and community spirit and are proud of the Burroughs' accomplishments throughout the school year.
Chase Miller is a man of many talents, and he was busy dropping fly balls in the last half inning, but he's caught up this time with Katie Sinner in the East dugout. Take it away, Chase.
Thank you very much, Josh. Katie, congratulations on being nominated here to this Softball All-Star Series. What's the last 24 hours been like for you so far from Cheyenne? And let's see, midway through this game, up 3-1 here in game number 3.
It's kind of been tiring just with the heat and having to travel, but it's been fun.
And then to have a fellow teammate in Tori Richter out here, what does that mean to have a couple of Central Cass Squirrels? You guys have a very proud program, a very storied program there in Castleton. What's it like to go out one more time with a fellow teammate?
A little bit like home when Tori's pitching. I know we can do it. I feel like she's got that mentality that she's going to throw strikes, and she does.
And then you're going to be actually making your home here coming up shortly to Bismarck State College. What made BSC the right place for you to both academically but also continue your softball career?
Well, I had a fellow teammate who did play at BSC, and she kind of lured me this way. And then when I toured their campus, I knew that was more of like, it felt like home, and I knew I was going to be good here.
When you're able to kind of take a look back now, I know it's very certain from your last couple of games as a Central Cass Squirrel, but what's one or two favorite memories that come to mind during your time wearing the red and black of Central Cass and the softball diamond?
Well, one of them would be when one of our coaches, Rich, he's our first base coach, he was trying to catch a ball and he fell over the buckets. And then all of our state championships that we've won, those have been pretty awesome.
What's been the funnest moment so far for you here at the All-Star Series from Monday to where we are today?
Getting to know all these other girls from like West, East, all the Class A, Class B girls, it's fun to get a little bit of a relationship with them too.
Final thing for you, Katie. Can you guys stop the 8-game losing streak to the West? Do you think you can finish this one off here?
I think we can.
All right, Katie, thanks so much for your time and congratulations again.
Thank you.
That again, Katie Sinner. Josh, let's toss it back to you.
Thanks, Chase. And these things are getting even more violent. We got coaches tripping over buckets now. Like, what's going on here? But, yeah, the favorite experiences and memories from these players, always fun to hear. As we had Katie Sinner there. Thank you, Katie, for joining us. It is an 0-2 count to Avery Moore, taking inside for ball one. Azana Lucian, while Chase was on the interview call, got her first hit of the series and got a nice ovation from her dugout. Lucian able to break through, has been really good defensively as a catcher. And now gets on base here, 2-2. Now 3-2 after that pitch missing. Full count to Moore. Runner on first, nobody out. The pitch swung on, popped up out of play to the left side. We'll do it again. Three-two, grounded behind the plate foul. Moore hanging tough, singled to lead off the ball game, and then struck out in her second at bat against Christensen on the mound. Or sorry, in the circle. Used to these baseball terms, but softball, we got a circle in the middle. Good stop by Sparrow, but it's going to be ball four. So the base on balls will advance Lucian to second base. Moore gets herself to first, and it'll be Kyra Narum to the plate. Singled in her first trip, then flew to left. Runner goes to third, and Lucian is going to make it, but the runner Moore did not go to second. So just the front runner stealing. And Christensen wants to know the count. It's a 1-0 count to Narum at the plate. Taken for a strike. 1-1. We'll see if Moore is now going to take off. First and third. Just one out, or nobody out. That ball is lined down the left field side. It's going to be foul. Moore was taking off, stealing second base on the play, but she'll retreat back. 1-2 now to Kyra Narum, 1 for 2 on the day. Has 4 hits in the series, and now a delayed steal as Moore got halfway to second base, took a break, and then continued on once the ball was thrown back to the pitcher, Christensen. Two popped up on the infield. The catcher, Sparrow, makes the catch. So Sparrow shows off the skills on the infield pop-up for the first out of the inning. That's just as good as a strikeout for Christensen, getting a pop-up on the infield, not allowing Narum to knock in a run. It'll bring up Autumn McGough, already has an RBI ground out that played the first run of the ball game. Stares at a strike. McGough with the RBI ground out the first time up to second base, and then a walk in the second inning. Now getting her third plate appearance in the fourth inning. Officially 0 for 1 on the day with an RBI. Nothing in 2. McGough has also been kept busy running the ball down in right field. She chases. The ball hit her as she went to first base, and I don't know that the umpires saw this, but they're going to talk it over. I don't think the home plate umpires saw it, but we're going to have them come together. After the swing and a miss, the runner, McGough, was trying to get to first base and did make contact with the softball from what I saw, and we'll get an official ruling here in a bit. The runners in the front that started on second and third have stayed put. The question is, does McGough get first after running into the ball? Chase, what did you see when you were looking at this play, if you were?
Yeah, I was kind of making my way from one dugout to the next dugout, Josh. So unfortunately, I'm not really sure to see what the official ruling is going to be, but I think they're trying to double back to see if it's an out or if the runner has to come back here or not. So we'll see what the official ruling is. Josh, you had the best view then. That would have kind of going from one side to the other side of the softball diamond here.
And there is no runner at first base right now, so it looks like they have sent McGough back to the dugout. So it will, or McGough is at the plate, so they're going to redo the at bat. That ball is flicked past the first baseman, and it will plate both the runs. So we just had a straight up redo right there. We're going to call it a foul ball, and then a grounder that will score 2 runs on the error.
Yeah, really good hit by McGough right up the middle off of Christensen's glove there. Taylor did her best job to try to glove it and field it, but on the flip just went by the first baseman to bring the runner in, and all of a sudden McGough stands at first base here, Josh.
So Lucian comes home, and Moore comes home. This ball gets to center field and down for a base hit for Grace Undum. Back-to-back singles for Undum, so she's 2 for 3 this evening.
Going back to last time the East All-Stars won, that was Game 7 of this series as we're playing game number 16 here tonight, Josh. 11-6 win for the East over the West at this very complex back on June the 4th of 2019.
Liz Newley steps into the batter's box and swings and misses at strike number 1. 1 out, runners at first and second. 5-1, your new score on the Thunder Seed scoreboard, and now taking off for third, McGough slides in safely. And that will perhaps allow Undum to try and steal second with runners at the corners and only 1 out. There she goes. There will be no contest. 2-1. Top of the fourth, already 2 runs in. 3-1 now to Newley at the plate.
Yeah, Thunder Seed scoreboard has been kept busy today so far by the East, Josh, in that first and so far here in this 4th inning.
Line to first and over. It's a base hit fair down the right field line. 2 more runs will score, and the East are piling on in the 4th inning, have now plated 4 runs.
Really good delayed swing down there, able to hit it down the first base line, going opposite field right past the first baseman there for the West. So all of a sudden you kind of look up here, Josh, and it's kind of the opposite of what we saw in Game 1 and Game 2 yesterday at Cheyenne, where it's the East starting to flex its muscle a little bit in this contest.
Line and caught by the second baseman. Dannenfelser makes the play. There's 1 out now.
Now batting number 30, Katie Sinner.
7-1 Sinner at the plate. Sorry, there's 2 outs. The pop to the catcher was the first of the inning. Sinner fouls one off to the pull side. So a 2-run single from Newley extends the lead to 7-1. 4 runs played here in the top of the 4th. There's 2 out. There's Newley at first. Sinner in the batter's box takes an off-speed pitch, just missing. To right field, backing up the right fielder, and making the catch in the corner is Delaney Tweed to end the inning. 7-1 East All-Stars on top. After 4, we'll have a Bank North in-game update when we return on your live event.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Dirt turning, hearts pumping, motors roaring. It's nonstop racing action Thursday nights at the Norman County Raceway and Friday nights at the Red River Valley Speedway. Featuring the fastest drivers around. Don't miss a lap. Fuel burning, dirt turning all summer long. For more information, visit ncraceway.com and redrivervalleyspeedway.com. The action never stops. Thursday night racing at the Norman County Raceway and Friday night racing at the Red River Valley Speedway.
And let's send it down to Chase Miller to begin off the bottom of the 4th inning. He's got another in-game interview.
Thank you very much, Josh. Yeah, this in-game interview brought to you in part by our friends at the Hillsborough Economic Committee. With us now from the Botno Stars, that is Delaney Tweed. Delaney, congratulations first and foremost on getting nominated to the Scheels Softball All-Star Series. What has it meant for you for your senior season to get recognized here across the state?
I just think it's really cool because there's only like a select amount of kids who get chosen, and I think everyone would like to have the chance if they could. So I just think it's pretty cool even just to be here.
What has been the best part for the 24 hours? Just is it making new memories, some new friendships, the cornhole tournament? What kind of comes to mind for you?
I had a lot of fun, and then just like making memories that I'll always remember and making new friends.
And then after this game gets done, what's your next plans coming up here in the fall?
Like
where are you heading off to college coming up in the fall?
I'm just going to Dakota College right in Botno, and then I'm going to play softball there too.
So staying close to home, what just made that the right fit for you, both from softball and academic standpoint?
I wanted to start somewhere small and like close to home.
That makes it simple there. And Delaney, too, what's one or two of your favorite softball memories of all time that kind of comes to mind for you?
The Mid-Season Madness tournaments, I always have fun at those, and then playing under the lights is always fun.
And what has been the fun thing about the Mid-Season Madness tournament? It's just the fact that there's like 30, 40, 50 teams that are playing in one location in Fargo?
Yeah, and like the hotel stays, like the team bonding things we do down there.
Yeah, Delaney, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on getting nominated again, and best of luck being a Lumberjack coming up in the fall.
Awesome, thank you.
And again, Delaney Tweed from Botno. Josh, let's toss it back to you.
Thanks, Chase. Well, we are away a single as Ellie Broughton reaches base yet again with her 6th hit of the series, and then a line out to deep left field from Bird, who gave it a ride. And now we'll take our Bank North in-game update. Bank North offers the perfect sync for your busy life with their online banking and mobile app. Wherever you go, take Bank North along and handle your banking requests anytime for all of your accounts. And featured in the Bank North update, it's a lot of the East. Got off to a 3-0 start in the top of the 1st with Autumn McGough starting things off an RBI groundout. Liz Newley an RBI double. Mara Lick an RBI double traded places with her, all with 2 outs. And that is how the East got up 3-0 in the top of the 1st. Then we go to the bottom of the 2nd. Olivia Pesa on an error by the 3rd baseman, Katie Sinner, plated the first run for the East, and it is their only one on the Thunder Seed scoreboard to this point. That might change as this ball is poked into the right field corner over the head of McGoffin right, and that will plate Broughton. So Broughton comes around to score, and Pesa with a triple to right field will add on to our in-game update. In the top of the fourth, 4 more got plated for the East with a McGough 2-run error and then a 2-run single from Liz Newley, who has 3 runs batted in this evening. Could be a chance for our player of the game later tonight. This ball's hit to short. Coming home, the tag play at the plate, safe. Pesa in there safely will make it 7-3. So Pesa with the RBI triple in the bottom of the fourth here with just 1 out, and then she will come in on the ground ball there. That was Bieber that plated her. That was Bachmeyer batting right there in place of Bieber, so Bachmeyer will get the RBI. Grounder to second, a bobble. The shovel is not in time, so that will go as an error in the infield. Bachmeyer gets to second.
Now batting, number 6, Taylor Christensen.
Taylor Christensen, in a battle of the mound mates, steps into the batter's box, 1-0.
And we did see in that half inning, Josh, from the West All-Star starting to warm up a little bit was Kirsten Galloway, so we'll see if she comes on in the 5th.
This one is grounded through the left side for a base hit. We're going to have a play at the plate, but it backs up Lucian on the throw. Bachmeyer scores on a base hit to left field by Taylor Christensen.
Really good piece of hitting in Christensen on that throw. Home was able to run and get to second base as well. So now all of a sudden you got runners in scoring position. And Josh, this is what we saw a little bit in game 1 and particularly in game number 2, where the West came out early, starting to string some hits together and putting good at-bats against Tori Richter here through this time of the lineup.
Right you are, and we've now got 2 runners in scoring position again as they've got Richter on the ropes a little bit. Some base hits in the bottom of the 4th, have already plated 3 runs with a threat for more. Dannenfelsler. Felsler takes low, 2-0. On the outside corner for a strike. Up the middle into center field, a base hit. 1 run is in, and the second runner held as a seed gets thrown in from Moore in center. Runners at the corners now. That is an RBI single. The 4th run plated is again Kaylin Dannenfelser with yet another hit. She had 5 entering tonight. She takes off. She'll swipe second.
Great inning so far by the West All-Stars here. Josh, they got the tying run to the plate, and so far 4 runs across on our Thunder Seed scoreboard. And they can keep on adding to it right now. The question is, will 8, 9, 10 runs be enough here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, both of the offenses have shown that they can get the barrel to the ball tonight, and that is why we've seen a lot of runs getting put up on our Thunder Seed scoreboard. 7-5. The West just starting to figure out Tori Richter finally here in the 4th. They've got the tying run at second, the go-ahead run at the plate. Still just the 4th inning, plenty of time for anything to happen. But a big rally here as Bailey Berg steps in. Berg batting in the spot of Delaney Tweed, it looks like. This is a base hit to left field. Throw comes to third. Safe there. Runners at the corners now, still one down, 7-6. The fifth run of the inning gets played with a Bailey Berg RBI single to left. Down the right field line, poked by Sparrow, but foul.
Nice crowd that's here as well as the smaller grandstand at West Fargo Cheyenne, but we're able to see some different attire and uniforms, some from the east making their way. Also able to see a good contingent from the Beulah Minor faithful that made their way down here, Josh. So a good crowd here, both up the first and third base lines.
Yes, definitely good to see. And has it cooled off at all outside? Is there any breeze?
A little bit of breeze. Maybe it hasn't cooled off. Maybe you're just getting used to the sun, but maybe if it cooled off just a skosh here, Josh. But nothing like running through a sprinkler wouldn't, cool you off a little bit quicker.
5 runs played already, bottom of the fourth. Sinner fires to first, run will score, and the game is tied. 7-all, a 6-run bottom of the fourth inning. The West have won 8 games in a row in this series, and they are not going down quietly after being down by 6 runs in this game. Richter struggling to find the final out of the inning. Up the middle into center field, a base hit. Here comes the go-ahead run. Cut off. Richter fires to second, safe there.
Ellie Broughton did a good job just not doing too much with that pitch. Josh just hitting it right up. And then again with that speed, even though it was cut off by Richter, who made the right play, Ellie just too quick around first to slide in safely there at second.
And runner will advance to third as that ball gets to the backstop. And now Lucian will head over to the first base dugout. You got any idea what's going on, Chase?
Taking a look at her catching hand right now. So I think we're going to get a pitching, not a pitching, but a catching change. Lucian just might have maybe tweaked her catching hand a little bit. So it looks to see that maybe Olivia Dick, a catcher from the Thompson Tommies, Josh, looks like she'll be coming up. So why don't we take a pitch to break and see what we'll have coming up here between the East and the West.
Keep your job site stocked with reliable service from Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters. Our team specializes in everything concrete. That means hand tools and equipment, rebar of all shapes and sizes, concrete forming packages and ICFs, decorative concrete materials like color, stain, sealers, and coatings. And let's not forget our impressive fleet of winter construction equipment to keep the concrete flowing all year round. If you've got concrete questions, we've got concrete answers at Prairie Supply Inc., the contractor's headquarters.
We got a couple changes around the diamond now as Olivia Dick, the Tommy's catcher, has come in. Azana Lucian will go to the bench with perhaps injury to that catching hand as that ball got past her to the backstop in that last pitch. Serena Closey has checked in at second base. And I think Richter is still in the circle. We'll keep you posted on any more changes if we have missed any. Bird in the batter's box, flies one down the right field line. Converging on it is McGough in the right field corner to make the final out of the inning. And we'll pitch it to break 8-7. The West All-Stars push put up a 7 spot in the bottom of the 4th on your live event.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Welcome back to the Sanford Sports Complex, where the West All-Stars are on top 8-7 after a 7-run inning. And now we throw it down to Chase Miller.
Thank you very much, Josh Marlick from the West Fargo Packers joining us now. Mara, what's it been like so far, these 2.5 games of the Scheels Softball All-Star Series for you?
I think it's been a lot of fun. We've been having a lot of fun getting on the bats and making awesome plays, so it's been really fun getting to know a lot of these gals.
What has been one of your favorite softball memories of all time? Obviously, you played with a very storied program, a storied coach as well with Pat Johnson. A lot of expectations there in West Fargo, but what's been one of your favorite softball memories of all time?
I think just in general this last season, our girls always have a lot of fun, whether we're up or down on the count. We're always getting pretty rowdy in the dugout. Yes, the dugout. So it's a lot of fun on that team, and I really enjoyed playing this last year with them.
And able to win an EDC championship as well, able to get to state. When you kind of take a look back through here, Mara, once today is all wrapped up and done, where are you heading off to college coming up here in the fall?
I'll be in the University of Minnesota Duluth.
And then what are you going to be studying there, and what made UMD the right choice for you?
I mean, it's a really nice place to be, honestly, and you don't have to go outside, so that was a really big thing for me. I think I'm going to go out kind of general, but I'm leaning towards English and writing. So.
And then you had a teammate on here as well. I know Emma's not with us here today, but what does it mean to have her get nominated, having a couple Packers for you here on this eastern side of the state get nominated?
Really great. Obviously, injuries sometimes, but it's been my 6th year playing with her, and I mean, it was great having this last season and last games to finish out with her.
Final thing for you, Mara, what's it going to take to try to come back now and pick up a victory?
I think just getting on the bats and trying to play good D, that's about it.
Mara, thanks so much for your time, and congratulations again, and best of luck at University of Minnesota Duluth.
Thank you so much.
Mara Lick with us here from West Fargo. Josh, let's toss it back to you.
Thanks, Chase. And we've got Olivia Dick now at the plate. It's a 2-1 count to lead off the top of the 5th inning, with the East trying to now mount a comeback, as crazy as that sounds, after being up by 6 runs. Runs inside for ball 4, and Olivia Dick will take first base on balls. And Serena Closey will be batting now. Closey came in and played second base after the switch was made with 2 outs to go in the 4th. With 2 outs in the 4th inning, Closey came into second, and the switch was made behind the plate, with Dick coming to catch after Azana Lucian came out with an apparent injury. And taken for a strike, 2-1 now to Closey. Kirsten Galloway now is in the circle for the West pitching. She's pitched 5 2/3 innings through the first 2 games, 5 innings in game number 1, a 2/3 of an inning, and a save in game number 2. and a walk to Closey now. Galloway was very effective in her start with those 5 innings. A lot of strikeouts in that first start for Galloway. And then not quite as effective in that second outing where she went 2/3 of an inning. She struck out 8 in the first game, throwing 5 shutout innings. Then 2/3 of an inning where she walked 2, gave up 1 run, and had the tying runs on base before striking out Johnson from West Fargo to end game number 2 with that 6-run 7th inning. Moore in the batter's box now takes a strike as Galloway continues to try to find the zone. Two walks on first and second, fouled off now 2-2 to Avery Moore. And a check swing. Either way, it's going to be strike 3. And the first out of the inning is Avery Moore. And now it'll be Kyra Narum to the plate. She is 1 for 3. Reaching her first at bat since then has flied to left, and the catcher. This one is a fly out to the pitcher. Galloway makes the catch and gets a pat from Berg as Bailey Berg was trying to get in on the action on the infield fly, but Galloway handles it herself. Narum flies both to the pitcher and the catcher in back-to-back at-bats. To left field, down the line, dropping for a base hit. McGough has tied the game. Closey's going to round third. She's going to try to score. She's in there. And McGough, dancing at second base, has given the East back the lead at 9-8.
Now batting number 13, Grace Undum.
So a 2-run double not only ties but plates the lead run on McGough's hit. And now Undum, jam shot, will get thrown out at first by Galloway to end the inning. Top of the 5th in the books, 2 more on the board, 9-8 East back on top on the Thunder Seed scoreboard on your live event.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsborough, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
New pitcher in the circle, Serena Closey, who we heard from earlier this game with a Hillsborough Economic Development Commission interview by Chase Miller. And we will have her in the circle, and we'll have perhaps some more interviews coming up later. But for now, it is Kirsten Galloway stepping in at the plate. Galloway versus Closey to open up the bottom half of the 5th inning. After 2 runs got plated in the top half for the East, Galloway takes outside. The Thunder Seed scoreboard reads 9-8 in favor of the East. Thunder Seed first in the field with 4 generations, 3 farm families, and strong on seed development company. Your farm is always first with Thunder Seed. 1-1 to Galloway now. Closey working in her first at bat in the circle. 2-1. And we'll now send it down to Chase Miller with another Hillsborough Economic Development Commission interview.
Thank you very much, Josh. Olivia Pesa joining us here. Olivia, congratulations on getting nominated your senior season. What does that mean to get nominated as an all-star in the state of North Dakota in softball?
It means a lot. Just shows how all our hard work has cut out for us.
And then able to have a fellow teammate here as well with you in Berkeley. How much sweeter is that to not have just one of you but 2 of you for the A-Gays getting represented here this season?
It's really fun because we got to spend our whole senior season together, and then this is special for us.
And once your plans are coming up here for the fall, Olivia, what's the next step in your journey coming up here in August and September?
Going to Mayville to play softball.
And then what made just Mayville State and playing softball, what just made that the right fit for you?
Well, my sister goes there too, and so I visited there, and I really liked it.
And then a favorite softball memory of all time, what's 1 or 2 that come to mind for you?
Probably when we beat Thompson at state last year was the first win we had at state as a program.
And favorite memory so far from Fargo to Bismarck here for the Scheels Softball All-Star Series. What's your favorite one, Olivia?
Oh, man. Honestly, probably when I just hit that triple today. It's the best hit I had, so.
Olivia, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck at Mayville State coming up in the fall.
Thank you.
Josh, let's toss it back up to you.
And we just heard from Olivia Bachmeyer, and Bachmeyer mentioned that triple she hit earlier. That was one of the first times we've heard an in-game mention of the favorite memories. So we got memories being made here, as that was Olivia Pesa, with that interview. Thank you again, Chase Miller, for that. 3-1 count to Bachmeyer, who is at the plate right now, and she draws the walk. So a 1-out walk after the strikeout of Galloway, who is batting in place of Pesa. Missed inside from Closey. Inside again. Throwback to first. Save. Close play. Newly applied the tag. Bachmeyer back in safely. It's Weisbeck at the plate now. Again, inside from Closey, missing to that catcher glove side. The 3-0 in there for a strike, 3-1. Up the middle to second, they get the force out. Return throw is late. Mara Lick with the toss to second. It's a fielder's choice that Weisbeck reaches on. And then getting gunned down at second was Bachmeyer.
Olivia Pace is starting to warm up now here for the West All-Stars, Josh. So we'll see if she comes in possibly in the 6th or the 7th inning here for the West All-Stars coming up.
All right, thank you, Chase. Could be foreshadowing the next pitching player for the West with Pesa. 2-0. Closey has had some trouble finding the strike zone with the walk earlier. Did strike out Galloway. Got the fielder's choice on the last at bat, and now is back in the zone. 2-1. Christensen at the plate. A fly ball to left center field. Fielder's on the run. The catch is made in left field for the final out of the 5th inning. We head to the 6th with the East on top, 9-8.
Thunder Seed has over 4 generations of experience in the field. Through innovation, technology, and hard work, we put farmers first by providing high-quality products. We pride ourselves on developing quality soybean, corn, wheat, and corn silage seed for dealers and growers across our region. We are invested in being your partner throughout the full cycle of your harvest. Thunder Seed, first in the field, family-owned and farmers first.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
And coming back, 9-8 on the scoreboard, presented to you by Thunder Seed. Thunder Seed, they put their crop in every spring and take it off every fall just like you. They would never sell you seed before testing it in their own fields. Thunder Seed, first in the field. Check out their website at thunderseed.com. 9-8 the score, and we head to the 6th inning. And we have Chase Miller with another interview.
Thank you very much, Josh. Joining us now from West Fargo Cheyenne High School, that is Autumn McGough. Autumn, congratulations on being nominated here. How's the 24 hours so far between playing at your home field at West Fargo Cheyenne and here at Bismarck been treating you?
Pretty good. Starting off, pitching at home field was awesome. I thank them so much to let me throw right away. It was so nice. And then coming here, I had that really nice double a couple seconds ago, so that was awesome.
What has this game been? A roller coaster emotion so far, 9-8. We'll see if someone can get double digits. How's this game been treating you?
I'm really anxious. I just want to win so bad. Beat their streak, kill their streak.
And then for you guys too, Autumn, once this is all said and done, what's the next chapter in your life? What's your plans coming up here in August and September?
I'm going to Mayville State to play softball and study sports management.
What made just Mayville State just be the right fit for you, and particularly with both the softball diamond but also for your major?
I just love sports so much, and I loved managing our basketball team. And since I just moved to Cheyenne this year, it was nice to just be close to home and have that.
And then for you to also have a fellow Mustang here with Miss Naroma, what's that been like to play one more time together here on the softball diamond?
It was it's so nice. We just had this 1 year to play together, so it's nice to have a couple more games just to see each other again.
And then favorite softball memory of all time, whether it's at Cheyenne, whether it's somewhere else, maybe it's travel. What's 1 or 2 softball memories that come to mind for you?
Okay. At Valley City, easily winning EDC against the Packers. And then at Cheyenne, the last Jamestown game, the Jamestown game at State, that was probably my favorite memory.
Autumn, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on being nominated, and best of luck moving forward at Mayville State.
Thank you.
And again, Autumn McGough with us here. Josh, let's toss it back to you.
Thanks, Chase. That one just made me smile right there. That's some great memories and great times that she is having. McGough getting to pitch at her home diamond of Cheyenne yesterday. And that ball misses inside to Liz Newley, and she will take a leadoff walk to begin the top half of the 6th inning. Kirsten Galloway continues to work in relief. This will be her 2nd inning of relief for the West. McGough mentioned that 2-run double she just knocked in her previous plate appearance that put the East back on top after giving up 7 runs in the 4th inning and going down a run. McGough put them back on top by a run with the 2-run double. Lick at the plate fouls it straight back. 1 ball and a strike. Inside corner for strike number 2, a snap throw down to first by Dannenfelser. And back in safely is Newley.
Well, just the question is, will 9 runs be enough here with these two teams? Kind of been the definition of a roller coaster up and down kind of game so far with these two squads.
Yeah, back and forth as we've seen a couple of different lead changes or attempts at lead changes with threats happening nearly every inning. We've only had one inning that went 1-2-3. That was the third inning, the bottom of the third inning, I believe, for the West, where they sent 3 to the plate. The double play is what ended that inning so abruptly. Strike 3 called. Lick goes down looking on the inside corner. Galloway picking back up where she left off in her start on Monday, where she K'd 8 batters in 5 innings. I'll bring up Katie Sinner to the plate. She is singled and struck out so far today. A lot of glove side misses this time from Galloway, as we saw Closey dealing with that issue just a little bit in the prior inning, but she got out unscathed. To left and foul, getting in the kitchen of Sinner just enough. One and one, Galloway to Sinner. Missing high for ball number 2. The East already on top on the Thunder Seed scoreboard, looking to add on here in the 6th inning. 3-1 now. Lined again, foul to the left side. We've seen Sinner try to pull that ball frequently through this tournament. Full count. Galloway to Sinner. The payoff pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3 swinging. Second out of the inning.
And Galloway's got a number of different style pitchers that she can throw. We talked to her on the post-game show yesterday, Josh, as part of our player of the game in game number 1, and she just said, about 3-4 different kinds of pitches that she can locate. So when you go up there, you can't just focus on one thing, and part of the reason why she can get strikeouts.
And Olivia Dick back to the plate, and she takes strike number 1. Galloway finds the inside corner. She got out in front of that one and fouled it off to the left side. 0-2. Dick started the game at second base, but is now doing the catching after Azana Lucian came out. Closey went to second. Dick went to go catch in place of Lucian. 0-2 inside. The runner on first is Newly with the leadoff walk. Since then, a looking strikeout of Mara Lick, a swinging strikeout of Katie Sinner, and just staying alive, a foul off a mask somewhere.
That was right off the home plate umpire. He didn't flinch at all, just kind of hit him on the right shoulder there, right behind home plate. He looks to be all right. This game's kind of dwindling now closer to 2 hours, Josh, as we get underway at 6 o'clock.
Yes, this game high-scoring action, so the inning's taking slightly longer than maybe anticipated, and getting a little bit of extra time in. Coaches pulling the player over for a chat, giving some courtesy time to the umpire behind the plate tonight. The 1-2 pitch. Missing. 2-2 now. Good pitch from Galloway, but Dick didn't offer at it. up high. Now a full count. Newly will be off and running on the pitch from first. Swung on and line foul. Softly on the third base side, and we'll do it again. Another payoff pitch. Swung on. Line to left. This also trickling foul. This one straightened out a little bit and got some more distance on it. But another two-strike foul from Dick at the plate.
I'm going to bet so far, Josh, by Olivia. Seeing some pitches here against Galloway, making her work in the circle so far.
Yeah, this is a good at-bat, as you mentioned. Not going down without a fight. Tough two-strike hitting. Pulling another one foul. She is going right up that third base line, and they're staying in the yard, in that field of play in the yard, but just to the left side of the third base line.
And that wind's starting to come more straight away in from left field. So if you're going to hit one down the line, you better get a lot of it if you want to hit one out of the park, because that wind is going to bat it down a little bit. Not too much that was going yesterday at Cheyenne, Josh, but the wind definitely coming in from straight away left field right now here on the grounds.
4 consecutive 3-ball, 2-strike fouls in this at-bat. Galloway got to be wondering, where do I got to go to get this at-bat over with? Another 2-strike foul. That's the 5th one in a row. Sparrow at second base has had to cover every time because the runner is going every time. She retreats to second base. Missed inside, great at bat. And Dick walks to first with a well-deserved and well-earned base on balls.
Now batting, number 17, Serena Closey.
What do you like about the approach from Dick at the plate there in that last at-bat, Chase?
I tell you, who's going to link it? It's the University of North Dakota for softball moving forward. Just really good at-bat, considering, Josh, that she fell behind the count. And then number 2, just to continue to work and work and work with 2 strikes. That's just a quality bat, no way about it. Even if she strikes out there or gets an out, she made Galloway have to work there in the circle.
Now we have a visit to the mound. A wild pitch sends the runners to second and third. Do we see a move? Galloway, an inning and 2/3 completed, and it looks like we might see Christensen coming in from center field as part of this exchange. Everyone is at the circle right now except the corner outfielders. Christensen trots off. Any idea what the move is at this point, Chase?
I'm not sure, but we can probably take a break here, Josh, and figure it out on the flip side.
All right. Around the break, we'll figure out if there's any moves made by the West as Christensen comes back onto the field. 9-8 East All-Stars on top.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
And welcome back. We'll have a pitching change and sub in the outfield as Christensen will come back into pitch. She started this game, went 4 innings, and her stat line will continue after taking a short break. Galloway for 1 2/3. This is chopped in front of the catcher. Dannenfelser to first in time for the 3rd out to retire the top half of the 6th. The East threatens but does not score. 9-8 on the Thunderseed scoreboard. We head to the bottom of the 6th right after this.
Dirt turning, hearts pumping, motors roaring. It's nonstop racing action Thursday nights at the Norman County Raceway and Friday nights at the Red River Valley Speedway. Featuring the fastest drivers around. Don't miss a lap. Fuel burning, dirt turning all summer long. For more information, visit ncraceway.com and redrivervalleyspeedway.com. The action never stops. Thursday night racing at the Norman County Raceway and Friday night racing at the Red River Valley Speedway.
Dakota Heritage Bank, serving you with 10 locations across North Dakota and northwestern Minnesota, has a strong background in ag and business lending, but they can also help with auto, recreational, personal, or home loans, including home equity lines of credit. Dakota Heritage Bank is a family-owned community bank where decisions are made locally. Our friendly staff greets you with a smile, takes the time to get to know you, and can help you with your banking needs. Visit us online, dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
To the bottom of the 6th we go. A tightly contested series finale game, an 8-game win streak on the line for the West, as the East holds a 9-8 lead on the Thunderseed scoreboard. And the West comes to bat with the heart of the order. Kaylin Dannenfelser comes in to take her at bat, leads the series in hits. She could be a potential candidate for our series MVP that's gotten voted on. Dannenfelser, the catcher from Shiloh Christian. And she stares at strike number 1. Ball and a strike now. Serena Closey continues in relief on the mound. Up high. Closey came on in relief in the 5th inning. She continues to work now in the 6th. 2-1 to the leadoff hitter. Dannenfelser might have herself an infield single. Center to first, not in time. So an infield single and yet another hit. So that is her 2nd of the game. Multi-hit games in all 3 games. Has also walked. Popped up foul and out of play. It's Bailey Berg batting now. Berg takes high and away for ball 1. And Chase, what does the West have to do to finally manufacture the dagger run here in the late innings?
Well, with Closey, she's got a heavy ball to throw, so you just got to, same thing like you kind of did with Richter, just got to kind of stay back, try to see if you can hit something up the middle here, see if you can take the lead. But worst things worse right now for the West. They at least want to tie this puppy up. And obviously, as we mentioned, Josh tried to take a lead and get the final 3 outs for the East. That win streak on the line one way or another. And I think with both teams talking about the win streak and the losing streak, you know, if you're the West, you're the team that doesn't want to lose it. If you're the East, you're the team that wants to snap it. So both teams know about it as this game continues.
Fly to center, in a step, then backing up is Moore. She makes the catch, fires a strong throw back to second for the first out of the inning, as Berg gives it a ride but flies to center ultimately for the first out. Daisy Sparrow will come to the plate. Has been playing second base most recently. Pops it up, foul over our heads and out of play.
That was a really nice play as well by Moore going back to it. She took a step in at center field, then on her heel had to start backpedaling. Did a good job tracing that one down there, Josh.
Yes, good skill out there from Moore. Has looked pretty comfortable at in the middle of the outfield. Snap throw to first. Back in safely is Dannenfelser. Two and one. Out of the zone again, and Closey back-to-back 3-ball counts now. First to Berg and then to Sparrow. Good hitters count. We'll see what she gets. Fouled off. Sparrow a good swing. Three-two pitch. Line to left, a base hit. Up 90 feet goes Dannenfelser. So runners at first and second, and there's that base hit the West has been looking for to form the threat. Now you've just got to manufacture the run. And I mean, if there is someone that you wanted at the plate for this at bat, this is probably the gal you want for the job. Ellie Broughton will likely be receiving some votes for MVP in this series, as she is up there in terms of hits with Dannenfelser, and has also knocked in the most runs in the series.
A little bit later on, we'll find out who the tournament MVP is. They have plaques down here for all the representatives that were able to get nominated. And this is very youthful in the All-Star Series here compared to all the other ones here, Josh, of what we've been able to see with these particular athletes in this softball series. Credit goes out to Tim Howe, the softball committee members here as well, to be nominated and put this event on over the last handful of seasons.
3-1 now to Broughton, who coming into this game without any Game 3 stats had 4 hits, 4 runs scored, and 6 runs batted in. And she walks. That will load the bases. Gabby Bird flew out to deep right field in her last at bat.
Now batting for the West, number 1, Gabby Bird.
A chance to tie the game with a productive out or a single, or go ahead with a base hit. Closey missing again, 2-0. Back in the zone, a much needed strike for Serena Closey. Nowhere to put. Gabby Bird needs to get back in this count. To right field again. Catch made. Here comes the tying run. A strong throw. Safe at home. Dannenfelser gets to home safely to tie it up. Solid throw from right field with McGough out there. Has played the entire game in right.
And now as we're tied up here, Josh, you want to start wondering if the lights will sooner or later come on here at the softball complex. We saw them at Cheyenne. Haven't seen them yet, but if we go extras, they might have to.
You mentioned this game getting started at 6. It is now 8 o'clock here. And Pesa will come up with runners at the corners and 2 out. The go-ahead run at third. And Broughton will take second with the delayed steal. Pop to center. Moore has got it, and we are tied through 6 innings. What a way to close this out. We are going to have the 7th inning coming up in a tie game in the final game of the Scheels Softball All-Star Series when we come back. 9-9 apiece on your live event.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
And we'll throw it down to Chase Miller to start off the 7th inning with our final player interview.
Thank you very much, Josh. Joining us now from the Central Cast Squirrels is Tori Richter. Tori, 9-9 here in the 7th. What's this game been like so far as a player?
It's been really intense. You know, we're having a lot of fun out there, but we're also trying to make plays and get the bats going. Hope we can pull it out here at the end of this game.
And then for you in this particular series, what's been your most favorite part from yesterday and today?
I'm just meeting new people and having fun with them. This game is really a lot of fun, and it's not like, obviously I want to win, but it's not a lot of pressure, and I kind of like that, just being able to play my last softball game like that.
And for you to have a fellow Squirrel teammate and Katie Sinner on here, what's that like one more time going out with another Central Cast teammate?
It's awesome. I love Central Cast softball, and definitely miss a lot of my teammates next year, but it's good to have Katie here, and yeah.
Favorite softball memory of all time? I think I've asked you about basketball. I think I've asked you about volleyball, but favorite softball memory of all time here, Tori?
I got to give a shout out to my coach, Rich. He tripped over a bucket one time, and that was probably the funniest thing I've ever seen.
I've heard that once from Katie, too, so that must be a really good one going back and forth. All right, final thing for you. What's it going to take here, top of the 7th? What's it going to take to score some runs?
Swing for the fences. That's what I say. It's an all-star game. Swing away.
I like it. Tori, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck moving forward.
Thank you.
That again, Tori Richter from Central Cash. Josh, let's toss it back to you.
Thanks, Jason. Our final interview brought to you by Hillsborough Economic Development Commission. Thank you to them for sponsoring our player interviews all series long. And thank you for joining us, Tori Richter, there. Ground ball through the right side, a base hit for Avery Moore as she makes it safely to first base. With the throw coming in from right field, almost had a 9-3 put out there, but Moore speeds down the line for a leadoff single in the 7th inning. Man, twice that we've heard that tripping over the bucket right there. That must have been a real moment. And that'll bring it to the plate the West Fargo Cheyenne product in Kyra Narum as she lines out to center field for the first out of the 7th inning.
I like what Tori said there. Just swing for the fences. It's the All-Star game. Why not, right?
Yeah, you want to break this 8-game losing streak in style. And now you've got McGough at the plate, and the go-ahead run will advance to second base.
Also, Tori, a note, one of the 4 region athletes of the year in Class B as well. So really good overall talent and athlete here for Central Cass.
Outside to McGough. 2 balls, no strikes. Fly again, center field. Catch is made for the second out. I believe that's Bird out there in center field that's made the last couple catches.
Now batting, number 13, Grace Undum.
Grace Undum to the plate with a chance to be the hero for the East, looking for the go-ahead run. Takes outside for ball number 1. Go-ahead run at second base, 2 outs. The East doesn't want to have to try and win this in extras. They're going to want to try and end this in the bottom of the 7th by getting a run here in the top half of the inning and shutting the door. Swung on a missed. 1-1 to Undum. Chopped on the infield. Christensen fields her position, fires in time to get Undum at first, and that will retire the top half of the 7th. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. The West has a chance to walk off the game when we come back.
The Hillsborough Central Valley School Districts are proud of the borough's accomplishments from music to the classroom and on the field of play. The boroughs are proud to see pitcher Serena Closey representing the HCV School District during the Scheels Softball All-Star Series and the borough's run to the state Class B softball tournament in Minot. Congratulations to head coach Corey Erickson, his staff, and the players on a tremendous season. Everyone have a safe and fun summer from the Hillsborough Central Valley School Districts.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Walk-off dramatics could be coming up as we've got the West coming to bat. They were down 6 runs after 3 innings, and in the 4th inning put up a 7 spot, courtesy of a Passa RBI hit, then Bachmeyer, then Christensen, then Dannenfelser, then Berg. Man, they just would not stop, and then Sparrow continued in the 4th inning. All of those were RBI hits that I mentioned there. So an 8-7 lead was taken going into the 5th inning, but then McGough answered with a 2-run double. The game then tied in the 7th inning, or the bottom of the 6th inning. Run scored from the West to tie it at 9. On the Gabby Bird sacrifice fly. Serena Closey is on the mound, and Brecken Bieber will be hitting now. Two 2-1 count to Bieber. Hasn't had an at-bat in a little bit, so she's coming off the bench and swings through a pitch that was a little bit too high for her, and she knows that she enlarged the strike zone there for Closey. 2-2. Taken high, full count.
Just had 2 games all time here in this series, Josh, so far through 15 complete games that have been 1-run contests. It's 1 East, 1 West, and 1-run games.
To right field and dies in front of McGough. The winning run is on first. And that'll bring up Megan Weisbeck.
We really haven't said too much of bunting here in the Scheels Softball All-Star Series, but with this situation, Josh, we'll see if Weisbeck is asked to drop down a bunt.
Good idea. It's going to get the job done, and out at first base. Weisbeck nearly beat it out, but the throw is there. And the winning run now in scoring position. Good call, partner.
Yeah, and then just in a situation in All-Star games, you're not going to really see a bunt too often, but when it's the bottom of the seventh in the final potential 3 outs before you go extras, you want to finish this off as players and as coaches. You don't want to have to go extras if you're the West.
Christensen a chance to be the hero. Pops it up, though, on the infield. Playable first base. Catch is made. 2 down. Newley makes the catch in foul ground, so a fly out to the first baseman. And that'll flip it back up to Dannenfelser.
Dannenfelser is the home run derby champ, Josh, with what she was able to do. So maybe apropos that she can bookend the day here in Bismarck.
Flied to left. Is it playable? Twisting foul. Is that in and out of the glove?
In and out of the glove of Narum right there. She gave it all that she could possibly have, and she pretty much right when the ball was coming down, she put her glove over a half a foot up that left field fence and just unable to complete the catch. Difficult play, but she had a chance in her glove.
Dannenfelser at the top in hits in this series. Takes a ball. Could be a perfect ending to this series for Dannenfelser. Has had just a fantastic series. This might, if she gets the walk-off and takes strike 2, that could give her series MVP kind of vibes right there. 1 and 2, she's in the hole. She's got a battle. Closey trying to send it to extras. The 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, third base. Sinner on one. Hop fires in time. And we'll go to extras. 8th inning coming up around the corner. The All-Star game tied at 9 on your live event.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
Back here with extra inning baseball in the Scheels All-Star Softball final game here from Bismarck Legacy here at the Sanford Sports Complex. And with this being extra innings, we will have a runner at second base, which is the last runner of the last at bat of the prior inning, which is Grace Undum heading out to second base as the quote-unquote ghost runner. And then Newley will be at the plate. We'll see if she is swinging away on that first pitch. Nothing in one. Christensen still on the mound for the West. Taken high and away for ball number 1. Popped out of play on the left side. 1-2 to Newley. Christensen not trying to not let the runner advance. This ball's flared to right field. It's going to die. And it gets past the right fielder. In comes Undum to score. And to second base goes Liz Newley with the go-ahead run. It is 10-9. East is back on top in extras.
A really good piece of hitting there, Josh. Able to go opposite field, and the right fielder there just unable to play it properly for the error, so the single error with the run coming in.
Up the middle. Lick trying to outrun it, but the throw beats her, and a foot kept on the base by Weisbeck for the first out of the inning. The West trying to get out of this inning, not allowing Newley in from third base, trying to keep this a one-run game because they'll also have a runner in scoring position to start the inning with nobody out. Putting up a crooked number is really the best way to get through extras and get the win. Sinner at the plate takes ball one. One ball, no strikes, one out. Sinner swings and fouls one over our heads and out of play, 1-1. The all-important insurance run at third base right now with one out. Just off the strike zone, 2-1. Just missing, and now 3-1 to the third baseman, Sinner, who has a pair of strikeouts and a single in this ball game. She holds back. She takes ball four, and there'll be runners at the corners with one out. Olivia Dick comes to the plate. She's been hit by a pitch, flown out to third, and a pair of walks. Up the middle. They've got the runner in a rundown at between home and third. Back to the bag, and the out is recorded. Newley gets picked off in between home and third. Christensen with the heads-up play after getting the chopper right back to her. So Sinner on a fielder's choice makes first. Newley gets cut down. Serena Closey in the batter's box. A 1-0 count to her. Down the middle, a strike. Runners at first and second, two down. That insurance run now at second with two outs instead of third with one. It is a strategy in late innings trying to put on that contact play with a ground ball, but with that one right back to the pitcher, no chance for Newley to advance home. She got caught in between, hoping that Christensen might try to turn the double play or go to first, but instead a nice heads-up play by Christensen in the circle, and she is an out away from getting her team to the bottom of the 10th, just needing to get in the ghost runner to extend the ball game at least, if not win it in their half of the inning. 3-2 to Closey. Two outs. Christensen gets the pitch sign that she wants and misses high and away. Closey with the good take, and the bases are loaded.
Closey did a really nice job there, Josh, not really forcing the issue. Sometimes, I know, with two outs, runners at first and second, you're maybe more so looking to be aggressive at the plate, but allowed the bat to come to her, and we've seen more have a couple of nice hits in the outfield here, Josh. About the best player you want if you're the East right now, stepping in with bases loaded with two down.
Avery Moore, the center fielder, in at the box, swings away down the left field line, twisting foul. That's where I'd be shading her if I'm the West, because, I mean, even going back to the home run derby, Moore loves that left field line for her power. She can also go up the middle to center field. Hasn't shown much of a willingness to try and get out in front of the ball, yank it to right. She's got a good disciplined approach trying to hit it to left. Takes high for ball one. Bases loaded, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Moore at the plate, looking for more insurance runs, and takes a strike. Christensen, just one good pitch from Stranding. The base is full. This is popped up out of play. 1-2. Still the count to Avery Moore. Can she come up with the ever-important insurance hit for the East team looking to snap this 8-game streak? The 1-2. She chased, but she fouled it off. Stays alive. Intense at bat. Moore hanging tough with 2 strikes. The 1-2, strike 3 swinging. The off-speed pitch gets the job done. The East leaves them stranded. They only have a 1-run lead heading into the bottom of the 8th. We go on your live event.
Take your softball or baseball skills to the next level with personalized instruction from the professional staff at the Ball Yard. Their mission is to provide area players, young and old, the opportunity to improve their skills in a professional level facility and to provide a high level of instruction to youth players to help them achieve their goals at the Ball Yard. Come and visit the one place in the Fargo-Moorhead area where it's always summer. For more information, go online to fmballyard.com. That's fmballyard.com.
Do you want that new boat? Are you building onto your home? Maybe you want the new camper or ATV. Dakota Heritage Bank can help you. This is Dustin Nagel, President at Dakota Heritage Bank Hillsborough location. You can visit with me or our other loan officers to help with loans and lines of credit from Dakota Heritage Bank. We are serving you with locations in North Dakota and Northwest Minnesota. Dakota Heritage Bank offers financial services you expect with a local perspective. dhbanknd.com. Dakota Heritage Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Bottom of the 8th coming up. The East trying to break the 8-game losing streak against the West in the All-Star game. We're in extras, and Caitlin Dannenfelser is at second base as the ghost runner to begin the inning. It is Berg at the plate. No balls and a strike. Autumn McGough is now pitching. She has been in right field this entire game. Closey goes to right. McGough to the circle. A check swing of some sort, and it might have been tipped for a foul. 1-2. And home plate umpire talking to McGough about that last pitch there and probably confirming the count a little bit. It's a 1-2 count with Bailey Berg at the plate. Nobody out. Dannenfelser at second. The tying run, the winning run will be coming to the plate each at bat. Swung on and missed for the strikeout. Berg can't get the job done, and it'll be up to Daisy Sparrow now.
Came and challenged her after the foul tip there, Josh. So McGough going right off the bat here gets the first out. Now 2 more down here for the East.
Yeah, got to be aggressive, got to be in the strike zone here, as is the first pitch to Daisy Sparrow, as you don't want to put on the winning run on a free pass. You got to throw it over, trust your stuff, get these final 3 outs the hard way. Popped up, looks like it's going to climb up and out of play, foul, landing on top of the first base dugout. Now the home plate umpire up the third base line, talking with his fellow umpire at third. It'll be an 0-2 count, I believe, on Sparrow when play resumes.
There might be a little bit of an illegal pitch right there. She just didn't completely keep her foot down through the turf. So you have the third place umpire come across, say it's an illegal pitch here, Josh.
Okay.
So 1 ball, 1 strike. Unfortunate there for McGough to get ahead 0-2, but instead it's 1-1. So fortunate for Sparrow.
And now time called. The home plate umpire will walk over to the first base dugout and give an explanation of things to the coaching over there.
So the 1 run again coming in, Josh, in the top of the 8th inning, a chance for the East to really break the door open, but the East unable to do so. So the question is, will that come back and bite you a little bit here to tie the game at 10 apiece? And could we go possibly 9? If that's the case, Dan and Felser would like to come in to score. Sparrow can have an out, Josh, but needs to be productive at least to try to move the runner up to third bare minimum here.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get this run. Hopefully you would have gotten it last at bat to third with less than 2 outs. Takes away really the opportunity to bunt unless you think you can get one down for a hit. But Sparrow is probably looking to drive one to the outfield here and get this runner in. Couple of pitches blocked behind the plate by Olivia Dick. Keeping that runner at second base, very important. Missing high, 4-4. The winning run is aboard. So Sparrow gets to first. Dannenfelser is at second. Sparrow's run is the game winner. And now Ellie Broughton at the plate, a chance to play hero. She's had such a fantastic series. Takes high. She was walked in her last at bat. There were runners in scoring position. When she got walked, they didn't want any part of her trying to win this game for the West. She takes inside again, 2-0. 1 out. To right center field. This might split the gap. It does. Here's the runners. They're bunched up. Around comes Dannenfelser. Here's Sparrow to the plate to throw. In safely. The throw goes off the catcher's mitt. And sliding in on the heels of Dannenfelser is Sparrow to win the game. 11-10. Unbelievable. And the winning streak continues on the walk-off hit from Ellie Broughton, playing the hero yet again. Walks it off. 11-10. Your final. The West takes it in a dramatic 2.5-hour long game in Game 3 of the Scheels All-Star Softball Tournament. What a finish.
And Josh, a really good hit there by Ellie Broughton. You had mentioned it, 2-0 in the count, able to wait back, split the gap to right center field. And Sparrow, mind you, that was kind of one of the old little big league plays or Major League Baseball where you see 2 players coming in at the exact same time to score. The relay by Richter was a pretty good spot-on throw. You just missed it there. But Sparrow, she got a great jump and almost nearly rounded the runner in front of her, Josh, to come in and score. So a tough one if you're the East. East came out early, got up by 6 runs, 7-1. But fortunate on the Western side, this is what they've done. And Ellie Broughton, I think, might have just cemented possibly the series MVP. We'll have to figure out who is going to be the official MVP. But Ellie Broughton, really just a solid series, Game 1, Game 2, and Game 3 here, Josh.
Yeah, you mentioned Broughton with the heroics there. And, yeah, the runner at first on that play nearly ran over Dannenfelser. It was Sparrow, and it had to make sure she didn't pass her to make sure both of those runs counted. Slid in on the heels of Dannenfelser, and that will do it here from the Sanford Sports Complex. And we will pitch it to break and recap this wild game when we come back.
Located on the beautiful Goose River in Hillsboro, the Goose River Golf Club offers both recreational and experienced golfers a great round. It's a 9-hole course open to the public, located right off exit 104 on I-29. The Goose River Golf Club in Hillsboro offers annual memberships for singles and families, also college memberships, first-time memberships, and outside 30-mile radius of Hillsboro membership available as well. Men's Day is Wednesday, Ladies' Day is Tuesday. You can learn more about getting on the Goose River Golf Club, gooserivergolfclub.com.
The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club would like to congratulate Serena Closey on being nominated to the Scheels Softball All-Star Series. And congratulations to Coach Corey Erickson and the entire HCV Burroughs softball team on their run to the State Class B softball tournament. The Hillsboro Central Valley Booster Club is made up of parents and fans and community members who work together to build team and community spirit and are proud of the Burroughs' accomplishments throughout the school year.
There's more at 104. Hillsboro, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsboro and see why there's more at 104.
The post-game ceremonies are underway from the Sanford Sports Complex here as the West All-Stars getting their awards, as each player getting honored for being in this All-Star game and being voted in by players and coaches alike to be here. So we had the best of the best out here in West Fargo yesterday for the first 2 games, and then in Bismarck near Legacy here for the skills competition and for Game 3, which you just saw that lasted 2.5 hours and ended on our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the game, and our player of the game too, Ellie Broughton's RBI double. The walk-off victory in the dramatic comeback and finish to the West All-Stars, 9th win in a row against the East in this tournament. So congrats to Broughton and the West for the dramatic comeback and walk-off victory. Contact RDK Enterprises Hillsboro and Drayton at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. RDK Enterprises is here to help you have a safe year in the fields and on the roadways.
From the West Fargo Packers, number 4,
and the box score today, the scoring recap. The East got out to a 3-0 start in the top of the first with RBIs from McGough, Newley, and Lick. In the third, it was Pesa scratching across the run on an error, then a 4-run 4th inning for the East, followed by a 7-run 4th inning for the West. So 11 runs of the 21 scored came across in the 4th inning. That was the one that went on and on. Both pitchers struggled to get out of the 4th. Christensen and Richter were those 2 pitchers that started the ball game. Each went 4 innings. Then in the 5th, in the top half with the East, Kirsten Galloway comes in and gives up a couple runs to make it 9-8. Then answering off of Serena Closey in the bottom of the 6th. Closey was in relief. The West strikes back to tie it at 6 and tied at 9 in the 6th. A scoreless 7th led to a extra innings appearance for both of these squads. The East got the Ghost Runner home, but then could not push across any more insurance runs and left the bases loaded in the extra inning, and that proved costly when the West came back with the walk-off Ellie Broughton double with 2 outs, and just an amazing game here today at Sanford Sports Complex. Thank you to them for hosting our second day of this series. An incredible finish with the Broughton double. Again, that was our RDK Enterprises feature position player and play of the ball game here tonight. We'll take one final break and put a bow on it when we come back here. This was your Scheels Softball 2023 All-Star Series on your live event.
Dirt turning, hearts pumping, motors roaring. It's nonstop racing action Thursday nights at the Norman County Raceway and Friday nights at the Red River Valley Speedway. Featuring the fastest drivers around. Don't miss a lap. Fuel burning, dirt turning all summer long. For more information, visit ncraceway.com and redrivervalleyspeedway.com. The action never stops. Thursday night racing at the Norman County Raceway and Friday night racing at the Red River Valley Speedway.
And walking out onto the field, as you see just to the left of the pitcher's circle, Ellie Broughton awarded the most valuable player of the 2023 Scheels Softball All-Star Series, and rightfully so. Broughton, with the walk-off double to win it, just cemented what was an MVP-like run throughout this series, as she led in hits, she led in RBIs, and also I think in runs scored too, just all around proving that she was a top-tier player in this series, the best of the best in the All-Star competition that has the best of the best playing in it. So congrats to Broughton winning that MVP award here in our post-game show.
Yeah, and to your point, Josh, Ellie Broughton heading to Valley City State University for women's basketball, but I think there's enough players out there, and particularly on the other side of the state, going, hey, she could probably play college softball at VCSU as well. They were able to make the NAIA National Tournament here this season out of the North Star. But tip of the cap to Ellie Broughton. I mean, she almost single-handedly won them the game yesterday, you could argue, in Game 2. Josh really, getting out there early, a triple, a single, double, doing all that stuff. And then on top of that, the walk-off base knock here, and as you mentioned, in extra innings. Just a top-to-bottom, really quality athlete, really good player, and someone that Renville County in softball, but also West Hope is going to miss in basketball for quite some time, because the old definition of that's a once-in-a-generation, once-in-every 10 years kind of player. Ellie Broughton is the Energizer Bunny here for the West All-Stars.
Yes, and a huge thank you to our sponsors here for helping us put on this show, for interviews, for scoreboard, and our ads. If you see them out and about, give them a nice thank you, because we couldn't put these on without them. We thank you for tuning in to both days of our All-Star Series here. If you missed Monday when we were at Cheyenne, you can go on yourliveevent.com or our YouTube channel and find the first 2 games there. And earlier today we had our skills competition in a separate link, so go check that out as well if you missed it. Thank you for tuning in and watching. For Chase Miller and Joey Hughes, I'm Josh Boyko. Have a good night.